Why do nearly 50% of all businesses go bust in the first 5 years? Here's my views. The first 5 years of any business are absolutely tumultuous. You go from working out of your home, maybe working out of your shed. You've got no money. You've just been laid off at work, maybe. You've got minimum savings and you are on a knife's edge in many cases. You've got a great idea. How do you go from that to 5 years later having a healthy business? First of all, I would start at the beginning. If you've got a really good idea, be it a product or a service, is it something that you can sell to the same customer over and over and over again? Because if you can't, you have limited possibilities of sale straight away. There's no point having something that you can only sell once. If it is something that you can only sell once, it needs to have a large price ticket on it. So if you're selling Rolls Royces, obviously you don't need to sell millions of Rolls Royces to make a lot of money. But I'm guessing that if you're an entrepreneur on the start of your journey, you can't afford a Rolls Royce. If you've got product or a service, my first thing would be, has it got planned obsolescence? Will I have to sell that again to the same customer? Because if it hasn't, you're in trouble before you start. Secondly, is there something that you can add as a side product to your hero product? So every company has a selection of hero products and they change as life goes on. The stuff that we started with, the Uniblade, when we first started 10 years ago, was the only product we had and it was our hero product. But as time's gone on, we've actually found that there are other products that have overtaken sales. Don't get me wrong, Uniblade still sells prolifically, but there are other products that we added to the range from customer feedback to put in our portfolio so that they could buy and sell them to their customers, which have added huge value. Find something that you can put into the side of your original product and add to that portfolio. And if you can, the more you can add to the portfolio, the better it gets. Thirdly, cash. Let's talk about cash. Cash is the killer of nearly all businesses. You run out of cash, you can't buy anything and you can't sell anything. Now that might be, if it's a service, it might be because you've got too many team in too quickly and the wage bill, which is generally one of the most expensive bills you'll ever have to pay in any business, overtakes a business. It gets bloated. It gets too full of people not doing enough. And that can kill businesses. With cash in mind, if you've made a nice start to your business and suddenly you've got more money in the bank than you've ever seen, separate that money from your private money. Pay yourself a salary. When we started Inventive Creations 10 years ago, we paid ourselves an absolute minimum wage because we needed the war chest to help us go to war. You can't mix private money and business money. So you have different bank accounts and keep them absolutely separate. You might have an account for your tax, you might have an account for your sales, and you might have an account for your wages. And then you have your own private account for what you want to do with your money. But that money in all those other accounts is not your money. Don't use it. Don't waste it. If you're going to use that money, use it to grow the business. That will kill a business all day long if you can't separate that money. Fourthly, once you've got past the hustle stage and you've stopped running around like a headless chicken and you've actually got some processes in place, some team to help you to delegate tasks to, you would then need to sort out what your mission is, where you're going, what your playbook is for the business, and what your expectations are for the team that are working for you, so that you get maximum feedback and maximum potential out of the people that work for you. Alongside this, your marketing message needs to be constant and across the board from top to bottom. Everybody in our business knows what we do. They've all got skills. Doesn't matter who picks up the phone in the office. They will all know our products, whether they work in the accounts team or whether they work in admin or whether they work in the warehouse, because we want people to be able to pick up the phone to the customer and go, yeah, I can help you. And it needs to be a human being at the end of the line, because people hate automated answers or please email us, and we've stayed well away from that. So know your marketing message, know what you're trying to do, and if you don't know, speak to your team, consult, collaborate, and then you will build a much more cohesive message with the team that work with you. Once you've got a client base, you then need to make the client the hero. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in our business, the client's a hero because they tell us what they want and we listen. So once you've got feedback from your clients and they go, Rick, can you get me this product? Can you find me this? I can't get this. I can get it somewhere else, but the service isn't that good. We'd like to do business with you. We don't go, right, okay, let's get this product, because that would be crazy. Because if you listen to everything that everybody was saying, it becomes so noisy, so muddy, you've got no focus. So we will workshop that amongst other clients and go, is this a problem for you as well? So if you go and see, 50 or 100 clients, and they've all got the same view on what the first client has said, you're onto a winner. And then you can go, right, if we launch this, we can expect a percentage of our client base to buy this. And that adds real value as well. And it makes your customer the hero. It makes them understand that you're listening to their problems and you're solving them. It's really easy. But it's really easy to fall in love with what you're doing and think, I've got the greatest idea since sliced bread. People have been doing it on Dragon's Den for the last 2 decades, where they go, I've got this fantastic idea, it's going to sell millions. Who did you ask? Well, my mum loved it and my cousin loved it. Did you actually ask anybody that might buy it? Because if you didn't, you're not onto a winner. So don't fall in love with any product, any service that you're doing. Workshop it. Find out if it's a hero product or service for your client. So I've talked about different aspects, and I could go on and talk about a lot more aspects of the business, but there's somebody that's written a book that kind of made it really concise and easy, and I love the book. It's a great book. It's called How to Grow Your Small Business by Donald Miller. I'd say it's a great read, and if you haven't got time to read, download it on Audible, listen to it in your car. It's a great read, and I definitely recommend it. But of all the tips that I've put out there today, is there anything there that resonates with you? Anything that might be going on in your business that would help? I'd love to hear in the comments below, and thanks for watching.